Good night, my people in Deacon's Farm. How you feeling? All right. I would take it, Level. He just called me the Black Mamba. I would take it. I'm so pleased to be here tonight with you to bat on behalf of my brother, Neil Rowe. And I can tell you, I'm about to give testimony to y'all tonight about Neil. Truth is, I've known Neil since 2015. And I can tell you, Neil is a philanthropist at heart. I can tell you that because Neil would come down to my business in Cheapside, always with the people of St. Michael Northwest in his heart and in his mind. He would come and he would say to me and my father, I want to do some hampers for the people. What you could give me? And I said, Neil, no problem. If it's the people of St. Michael Northwest, I am there with you. Because my dad, Laurent Gibbs, was the godfather out here. A lot of people, y'all would know him. He used to work with St. Clair and Maskell. Right. So we were always there with Neil to help the people in these communities. And let me tell you something too. Neil can write a letter. Cheese on bread. The letter is so heartfelt, it will make you cry. And I can tell you, just in the 5 months that I have been the Minister of Housing, Neil would write a letter for someone saying, I want this body to get the electrical upgrade. Please do it for me. He would write a letter and say, so-and-so died, and the nephew was living in the unit, and they need to be able to stay there. Don't let them kick them out. This man bleeds for y'all. I could tell you that. And I want to tell you a story about Neil that just goes to show you what kind of man you have here batting for you. A friend of mine came to me and said that they were very concerned about their dad, who lives right over there. And I called Neil, and I said, Neil, check up on this gentleman. Neil said, I already did that already. This was during COVID. I took him to get his shots. So come to find out, you see L4? L4 is really an ambulance. He would take everybody to the clinic to get shots, to get the medication during COVID. That is the sort of man that you have here. A man with the heart of gold. I'm sure y'all know this already. I'm only re-emphasizing the facts. But the truth of the matter is I'm proud to say that he's my brother and we're moving arm in arm with him. And look at the team that we have, people. You heard Tyra. You heard Davison. This is a high-quality team. And I heard Davison as well talk about how that this chalk and cheese. I got another analogy to use. Somebody playing chess and somebody playing checkers. Because I can tell you, our Prime Minister is playing chess. She has the vision that is required for this country. And I can tell you so personally. Because in 2018, I had the privilege when she made me the chairman of the Barbados Tourism Investment Inc. And her vision for the city of Bridgetown is so transformative. And I was right there with her because my family business has been in the city of Bridgetown for 100 years. So when she talked about the plans that she had, because she said the strength of a country must come from the strength of the heart. And the heart of Barbados is the city of Bridgetown. And I can tell you, when she talked about really adequately recognizing the struggles of the 1937 riots and climate pain, and I can tell you, when she gave me the responsibility to construct Golden Square Freedom Park, it was indeed an honor and a privilege to do so. And any construction, whether it be hotels, whether it be the Pierhead project, whether it be a cricket hotel, you need to really emphasize green spaces. And she managed to have a green space that recognized our heritage and the struggle of our people all in one. That is a woman of vision. So Davison says chalk and cheese. I say chess and checkers. So, my friends, it has been an honor to execute the agenda of this great party, this great government thus far. And I know that Mr. Horace Billy told me not to mention this again, but I have to because I am in Deacon's Farm. You will see in our manifesto that we have a vesting bill that we have sitting there. We weren't able to bring it to Parliament because Parliament was dissolved. But this vesting bill automatically vests in bulk hundreds of units, terrace units, all over Barbados into tenants, giving them title and property. That vesting bill included Fernie Hurst. And my girlfriend, Mr. Horace Bailey, will be a recipient of that. But guess what? In phase 2, I am pleased to say to you tonight that we are about to vest another 98 units right here in Deacon Farms. That is what we're talking about, a Barbados Labour Party government that empowers its people through ownership. But we don't stop there. This empowerment, we have found very creative ways to empower people. The Honorable Carrie Simmons brought a copyright bill earlier last year, which dealt with the works of our creatives and giving value and property to that you can pass it down to your children. That is empowerment in works as well. So I could tell you, stick with the Barbados Labour Party. Stick with the people who have you in their hearts, like Neil Rowe. But I have a lot more stories to tell about Neil, because Neil's a man that is always there for his people. He would come to me, even just up to last year, he was looking to get some vouchers so that people can go and get some groceries. And he would be hustling because he does everything himself. He stocks up the car, L4. I see L4 hustling left, right, and center, all about the place, getting groceries. He did by Carlton. That man works hard for you. And I can tell you, now is not the time to play fast and loose with our future. We need people like Neil. Don't be fooled by the other guy. I said this at another spot meeting. Honestly, to me, he is just a suit, an empty suit. He does not possess the soul and the heart that Neil does for his people. Those kind of people just want to build their resumes on your backs. But we will not let them, because you have to do the hard work. You have to toil the ground. You have to hit the pavement. You have to win the trust of the people before you can ever think about walking up those steps to those hallowed halls of Parliament. So we ain't letting these people be grave diggers starting at the top. You have to work for this. And Neil has been working in these communities for a long time. And he earned your trust. It is true. Clap for that. Right, Brenda? But I am proud of the St. Michael team. Kurt Humphrey. He brought a social empowerment act last year, which amalgamated all of these social agencies so that we can deliver more efficient social services to Barbadians. But guess what? Neil was the parliamentary secretary in the Ministry of People Empowerment. And I know that that is in his DNA as well. So I'm sure that he would have laid the foundations at that time so that Kurt could prosper in that ministry. Because I know that when he was there with Cynthia, that Neil would help his people however he could. But you heard Tyra talk about the audacity of the Dems who disenfranchise many hundreds, thousands of young people in this country when they discontinued free university education. And then you could imagine that they would go on the platform and then want to poo-poo our manifesto idea to start the Republic Child Wealth Fund. This is revolutionary and groundbreaking. You could imagine that you can give every child born after November 30th, 2021, a start in life with an investment of $5,000. How could you even begin to criticize that? Y'all don't believe, they don't believe in the young people in this country? Clearly not. But we are not going to let them forget it. So they have convenient memories, and we're not going to let them forget it. But I want to echo what my colleague said earlier, that the world is a very tumultuous place. And the only certainty is uncertainty. And we need the type of leader that our honorable Prime Minister is. Because a good captain is not made by piloting in calm seas. A great captain is made by piloting in rough seas. And she has piloted the HMS Barbados through COVID, through ashfall, through freak storms, through Elsa, through Beryl. This is someone who we can trust with adversity. And she has a team by her side who can step up to the plate as well. So regardless of what the guy up north throws at us, I am comfortable with my Prime Minister leading us, taking charge, dancing through the raindrops, as she likes to say, without getting hit. Because you know, if that was the rap, he'd be doused. He'd be doused with water. You can imagine him clumsily trying to navigate the geopolitics of the globe. Well, I shudder to think. There's absolutely no way, people. We cannot play fast and loose with our futures. So come February 11th, let's take this seriously. We have to go out there and vote for our future, for the future of Barbados as a small island developing state. We cannot afford to take a risk. And I know that the best form of rat control is the man up in St. John by the name of Charles Griffith. Not true, people? Because he is going to exterminate Ralph Thorne and erase him from the history books. I don't know if that's possible because, my goodness, we need to do this. Do it for me. You can imagine sitting down the budget, listening to another 11, 12 hours of bilge. Oh my God, please, let me get rid of him. Honestly. So we're going out and vote. We're going out and vote for Nero in St. Michael Northwest. We're going out and vote for Davidson Ishmael. Because Ishmael delivers real results. You heard him talk about the linear accelerator. My God. Listen, people. You see that linear accelerator? That thing is like the Rolls Royce of radiation therapy. Listen, our sister Santia Bradshaw, you know she went through cancer before. And she had to go to Miami to get treatment. Because we didn't have that. We had a radiation machine that will radiate your whole body, killing the good cells and the bad cells too. But you see that linear accelerator? That has hit the cancer cells with pinpoint accuracy, right? And that means that the women of our country can now realize if they're afflicted with that horrible disease called breast cancer, that they can realize a 95% 5-year survival rate. And that is what we're talking about. This is a government that delivers for the people of this country because we care about our citizens. So my friends, let me not mess with this thing. Let me not mess with this thing. So come February the 11th, what are we going to do? We're going to go and vote for the Barbados Labour Party, for the St. Michael candidates, for the Christchurch candidates. I'm going to lump all the rest of them country candidates for the rest of them. St. Michael North in the house. My girl Sweet Lou in the house. My girl Brenda in the house. My bar Barker in the house. And Downey, give me a little dance, Downey. Come on, let me see you. Give me a little dance. You went viral. Let me see you. Pretty tune, pretty tune. No.
Who's the best in St. Michael West? Who's the best in St. Michael West? Who's the best in St. Michael West? Who's the best in St. Michael West?
So my people, thank you for having me tonight. God bless and good night.